Okay, so hello everybody, it's Michael here, and in this episode we'll go through a Dark Hell dungeon, which is obviously a reference to Dark Pearl, and it's basically a pirate dungeon which has a few very interesting mechanics, and it's also a bit difficult, so I'd like to discuss a few interesting things which appear in this dungeon. I think I'll start describing the fights from room 2 because in room 1 there's nothing really particularly interesting at all. So see you guys there. Okay, so this is room number 2, in which there are a few interesting things I'd like to mention. So first of all, in this dungeon there are a couple of monsters which appear, there are a few exotic monsters which appear only in the room 1 and in the room 2, and which are not really interesting at all because they don't really do anything. So they just deal some damage and this is it. So I don't think it's time worthy to discuss them. I just failed the challenge. Shit. It's not really that important here. I'm just gonna deal the damage and hope these guys die quickly. Okay, so there are a few interesting things about this dungeon which I have to mention. So first of all, there are those special tiles here which inflict you with a disease which causes you to lose a percentage of your maximum HP per turn on the beginning of your turn, and this is impossible to remove. So mind you that it's like once you get a stack of it, it's going to last for the entire duration of the combat, regardless of whether you do try to use some special skills like any razor, for instance. It's just not going to matter at all. So just keep that in mind and try to avoid stepping on those tiles. And other than that, the main opponents in this dungeon, that is the pirates, so these Dark Deckhand and also the quartermaster and the boss of this dungeon, do inflict this disease as well. So it's really important not to get as many stacks. It's important not to get those stacks if possible, of course. So you're going to try to, you probably will want to avoid getting those stacks in the last room, because this can actually kill you pretty quickly. You can stack up to 10, you can get up to 10 stacks within 2 to 3 turns if you are not careful. So avoid stepping on those tiles, like the basic rule for this dungeon. If you do avoid this, you probably will be fine. Other than that, well, this Dark Deckhand does actually have an AoE attack in a line. They can hit for about 150 per character, and it's linear only, so it does not deal a splash damage, just in the line. And other than that, you should be pretty much fine in this room. As you can see, this fight is pretty damn simple. The next room might be a bit more difficult, but this is basically everything I needed to say here, so I'll just fight through and see you in the next room, I guess. This one's just pretty damn quick. So this pirate dies this turn. I can actually disengage on the Faker because she does have a lot of minus resistances. So as you can see, it's there's nothing really too difficult until the boss room, really. So, well, you can actually check the resistances of the monsters. So the crabs have F, resistance. The Masleys have fire resistance. Those starfish have I believe it's water, and the albatross has air. And this is basically it. If you just keep this in mind, you can basically finish this room pretty easily. Wait up. Okay, so I'm gonna try to kill this one off. If I can, that is. So I just did well. If you do try to do the challenges here, I'm mostly after the boss drops basically, so I don't feel like doing every single challenge here. But if you do feel like doing the challenges, these rooms, like room 3 and 4, like 2 and 3 most of all, do have some decent XP. So you can basically try to do the challenges and get rewarded. I think it's worth trying. Okay, so let's see what they get. So you can see that the XP is like pretty high here. It's like 370k, despite the fact that I didn't do a single challenge. There's also a chest in this room. If every single character in your party gets the buff from this chest, I mean, it actually halves your AP, so it's pretty like it's a bit of a gamble. So if you feel like you are very strong, you're much stronger than the boss in this dungeon, you can basically get this debuff. It removes half of your AP per character, but it also allows you to get a special reward by the end of the dungeon. So I think it's a 29 slot bag, so it's pretty decent. Anyway, this is what my guild told me. I don't think I'm strong enough to do it right now, so just hold my horses for a while. I'll just try to do it later once my party is really strong. But if you do feel like doing this, it's like one of the options here, definitely. So you need to get the chaos and then fight the boss. So generally speaking, it's recommended to do this room after this one. So do room 3, then go back, get the debuff, and then fight the boss, because otherwise you'd waste the time. You don't need this. You don't need the debuff to do the room number 3. And okay, so it starts the fight. As you can see, there are new monsters here. So those are the quartermasters. Oh, there's this one in here. Yeah. Okay, so the quartermasters have a special ability to pull your characters, so they can actually attract them in a straight line. They can pull them towards them. Like they can pull your characters towards them. And they do also apply this disease, so just be careful about this so that you don't get too many stacks on you. Other than that, this room is just straightforward combat. There are not too many disease tiles here, so it's pretty safe to just fight your way through, I believe. This is exactly what I'm gonna do. I started using the glyphs on the faker in this dungeon because the monsters can't heal. So this means that I can basically like deal a lot of AoE damage over time, which like makes the things a bit quicker. There are also some tiles in this dungeon which can deal you damage and which can heal the monsters. You can't see it unless you hover your mouse over them. So it's like they're not too dangerous really, so it's not like this is some kind of invisible threat which will just ruin you easily, but it's like we have to keep these things in mind. So unless you you can see there's one here, so they're just invisible to the player unless you just hover your mouse over them. It's worth to try to do the challenges in this room, I believe, because there's like a lot of XP here. Yeah, and this is basically it. You just need to win the fight. So this room is very easy compared to the boss room, really, so don't worry, there's nothing to worry about really in here. I'm also trying to level the fires first on the cut-flip, this is why some of those hit a bit low, but yeah, okay. So I'm gonna try to heal up a bit right now. So the fights here are pretty straightforward, apart from the boss one really. There's nothing to worry about at all. I just failed the challenge, Jesus Christ. Alright, what else can I do here really? I'm gonna try to do the challenge with the backstab damage because I just want to get at least a little bit of bonus XP here. I just attacked with the wrong element, so I basically wasted the 10 here. This one should die now, I think. Yeah. I should be able to get behind this guy and finish him off as well. Oh, he died. Oh gee, I didn't really see this one coming. Ah, my bad. I'm playing horribly today, I think. I need to focus for the boss room, definitely. because this performance is just terrible. Okay. Okay, so this would be it for this room basically. Oh, not 1 HP. This is just marvelous. Okay, so now this is over. Okay, so now we'll do the final room. Okay, so this is the final room of the dungeon. So most important thing here is that the boss is not really a threat. He can inflict a lot of those disease stacks, but other than that he doesn't really do too much damage. So what really matters here are the challenges, because the drop rates in this dungeon are pretty low on the items that matter. So you really want to do every challenge you can. And this means that you'll be actually like vulnerable to getting a lot of those stacks. So what you really want to do here is kill the monsters as quickly as possible, and those have to be the right monsters too, because very often you'll get down and out challenge, which means that you'll have to kill the boss first, then you'll have to kill the quartermasters, and then you'll have to actually finish off the pirates. This actually means that well, you do have to focus on those high HP creatures first. This means that all those lesser pirates, which have an ability to deal those poison stacks to you, will have a lot of time to do so. And you don't really want it, so I would really recommend to go here when you are prepared to face this boss and to do all the challenges you can. So overall, this dungeon is pretty damn hard if you want to like get all of the drops from here. Other than that, you should be fine, I believe. Okay, so I'm gonna try to do both challenges. We'll see how it goes. I managed to do down and out a couple of times before, so this definitely shouldn't be a problem for me, but the other challenge might pose some difficulties. We shall see basically how this one goes. Okay. So you do want to get the boss as close to you as possible, while also like getting those lesser monsters away from you. So I'll just try to do exactly what I said. You really do want to avoid getting those stacks too, because this will basically harm you in the long run. So so you'll prefer not to take damage, and you'll want to kill the boss as soon as possible, and then just move on to kill the second priority target, that is all those level 70 creatures here. So this boss here is taking some damage at least, and I hope to sustain this. It takes me about 2 turns to kill the boss, I think, so this is how it's gonna look like for a while. It's gonna be just me smashing the boss's head here. You do want to keep your characters healed as well, because like you can take a lot of damage here really over time. It can be a bit surprising at times, because if the monsters do stack a lot of those disease stacks on you, you can like lose like 400 HP per turn. Well, this just does depend on your maximum HP basically. But this is a danger you have to like take into account. Okay. So the most, I think, valuable advice I can give you is to try to kill the boss as soon as possible, and like not waste your turns, because like if you can finish the fight quickly, you will basically get rewarded for this. And well, this just decreases the chances of you dying really soon. Okay. So I'll do this, and there's nothing really I can do here. As you can see, the boss is almost dead, so this is a good thing, definitely, but I do want to get both challenges done, so let's see how this one goes. Yeah, swap him twice, and I think that this means that the Catholic will be able to reach his back later on. This in turn should allow me to kill the guy, because the Eye can deal a bit of damage anyway. And what the Catholic has should be just enough to finish him off. Hopefully that is. Hope I don't get some terrible card here which disables my movement or so. I did get kind of bad one, but okay. So the boss is dead, and this means that you can actually focus on secondary targets which are not available for me at all. It's kind of a bad thing because I do want to get them first. I have the bait here, which is also level 70, so it's a good thing that he is nearby. I won't waste turns. And it's a good time to like check the stacks on your characters. So like I have 2 or 3 on each, so this is really optimal, pretty much. So I'll just try to heal those guys, and I will wait for the turns of the damage dealers. So preferably, if you have a Sacriel Pandawa, you will want to get the quartermasters close, and then you'll want to like move those level 65 monsters away. Okay, what resistances does this guy have? Air on me. Okay, this is perfect. But since I do want to do the challenge, I will actually have to do something. Oh, yeah, this is very, very good that I did sacrifice. I mean that I did pop the sacrifice here. I can actually execute this guy here, I think. Yeah. And this in turn means that I'm actually that I have like a few of the opponents available in my range, so I can actually like cooperate the quartermasters and then like cooperate those 65 monsters away. So I'm gonna try to do this because if they don't have range on you, they won't be able to like stack this sickness, and this is exactly what you want to do because like it can really, really wear you off if you don't pay attention to it. So if you have something like a Summoner or Samodas or basic character like this, you will be able to like block the passage here and then deal with those monsters you do want to prioritize, and then move on to those secondary priority targets later. But since I don't have any summons available, like not too many anyway, I really want to just do the challenge ASAP. I changed the cards here, hopefully getting something good. Yeah, I did get something good here. She don't die. Okay, he is still alive. I once killed him from like full HP, and this really sucked because I just wasted the 100% challenge. Okay, this didn't happen here. This is a good thing, I suppose. Okay, so the Sacre does have a lot of stacks right now. No, he doesn't. This is a surprise. Now he does. Yeah, 6. So I have to really heal him up right now because it's really difficult to heal a Sacre who has a lot of those stacks because basically those guys are do have a very high HP pool, and this means that if they do get hurt and those stacks keep going up, you will be pretty much unable to sustain them, like to sustain this high HP character. Okay, I'll make sure this guy is rotated the way it appears to be. Yeah, he is. So just walk behind him and finish him off right now. And this does actually open the way for me to kill the final quartermaster, and then I can proceed to finish the fight. And then hopefully get something semi-decent from it, because, well, the loot hasn't been too favorable to me so far in this dungeon. So just cooperate the guy. I'll close the gap and I'll try to deal the damage. So this fight might seem to be like very easy right now, but since the stacks are very high on me, it's like, actually it's pretty clutch moment. Now if I can finish this guy off quickly and then move on to those weaker opponents, then I'm fine. If I can't, I'm really screwed. Because I do have a lot of stacks on me, like 5, 6 per character, and it's really bad. So yeah, since I can't really hit the quartermaster with the cuff flip right now, I'm gonna be forced to focus those weaker monsters. And I can't do this because if I do hit him, I might actually kill him, so it's a bad thing if he dies too soon. So this is the Rip's turn right now. I'll actually want to try to sustain those characters. Okay, so he pushes the sucker. This is good because this means that I don't get too many stacks. Okay, but I can't really do much here. Right now I can heal the eye up. And this is basically everything I could do this turn. But the quartermaster is stand back to me, so I can basically kill him now. Poof, this guy is dead. I can actually move on to the weaker opponents now. I think I might be a bit too cautious here, but since like I saw Faker hit for like 700% sometimes, I don't want to like mess things up when I'm this far advanced into this fight. Actually, same goes for the neutral. I try to move that mine. I do want to get this maximum prospecting here as well. And here we go. So this is basically the crucial moment here. And it seems that I actually ran out of targets, which is a bit depressing. So yeah, this is a bad situation for me because I can't really like target anything on the eye up right now, because I'm afraid that I'll finish them off too soon. I hope this doesn't backfire. Okay. So this guy should be dead on... Come on! Jesus! Now this is really annoying. If he's not dead, this means I'm gonna be like... This is going poorly. Very poorly, really. So I should be able to finish at this 10, hopefully. Otherwise, this might really go really bad. Okay. This guy is dead. This guy has like surprisingly high HP. So the neutral finishes off this one. I'll try to drain the HP of this guy as well. Shouldn't die. Okay, so he's alive. This is great. Okay, so this is perfect. I think the IOP can actually finish this fight. She can't finish, but she'll be very close to finishing anyway. Oh jeez, I got a bag right now, and this means that I can't really kill this guy. Okay, so this sucks. I do sometimes get this bag when everything like hangs for a 10 or 2, and this is exactly what I'm getting right now, apparently, because like my IOP was supposed to use Shaker and kill this guy, but since everything stops, I'm actually stuck. And yeah, this isn't a good situation for me to be in, really. So this means that basically this fight does go on. And I think that the IOP will actually make this attack. But okay, so this guy is dead. So I was able to move at least a bit. Alright. This is fine. He turned back to me as well, so I can basically finish him with the fake right now. So like I said, doing the challenges in this dungeon is like very difficult. But if you do actually succeed, you can get some decent loot. Let's see what I got this time. Okay, so this is a lot of loot. Oh, I got a full set, basically. And an admiral item, wow. So this actually made me a bit rich, I think. And two admiral items, Jesus, this is like amazing loot. Because like those admiral items are worth like 50k each. And this is actually really good. Like, I ran this dungeon 6 times before recording, and I got really nothing at all, like nothing valuable, and now I run it and I get 2 very low drop rate items, so it's really amazing. Okay, so this is definitely worth it. So I hope you guys enjoyed watching this video. I'm like really happy that this fight turned out the way it did, because this means that I can actually like look forward to getting the full set in here. So thank you for watching, subscribe if you liked it, and well, see you in the next episodes. Goodbye.